Hey everyone, this is Daniel from PhoneArena with a video comparison between the HTC One X and the Samsung Galaxy Note. The Note Bully is not only the record holder in screen size among high-end phones, it also comes with a baseball bat in the form of a stylus to crush the competition with. And if you had told us just a year ago that we would be comparing a 5.3-inch display to a phone with a 4.7-inch one as if nothing happened, would have laughed at you probably. But still, the Samsung Galaxy Note is pretty well done in terms of size and weight, considering the screen diagonal. It's less than a millimeter thicker than the compact and light HTC One X, which is made of polycarbonate plastic, uniformly colored inside and out. It's slightly curved, very comfortable to hold and operate, and as we said, extremely light and compact for a screen of this size. The Note, we won't pretend that it's suitable for one-handed operation. Granted, it's fairly thin, you can stash it in a back pocket or even in a baggy front pocket, but it's more suitable for a purse or handbag. That's why Samsung is marketing it to women very often. Even if you have larger hands, you can see that the Note just dwarfs any palm out there, but Shaquille O'Neal's probably. And typing on the screen is a two-handed affair. It's hard to type with just one hand on it, unlike on the HTC One X. The huge body of the Samsung Galaxy Note brings with it other advantages though, like a removable battery, regular SIM card slot, and a microSD card for storage expansion. Whereas on the HTC One X's compact body, we have a sealed battery compartment, we have no microSD card slot, you have to make do with the 32 gigabytes of internal memory provided by the manufacturer, and we also have a micro SIM card slot, so I have to change your regular SIM for it if you want to use the HTC One X. The S Pen stylus is what will draw people to the Samsung Galaxy Note, and not only from nostalgia. There's an abundance of apps that make it very useful. It's a bit tricky to quickly draw out here from the lower left corner of the back, but you just get used to it with time, and there's no arguing that it's much faster to scribble something quickly, like a shopping list or a reminder or anything, or an address, anything like that, compared to typing on even the best on-screen keyboard. Of course, with just 2 or 3 words jotted down freely, you reach the end of the screen. So it's no paper notebook, that's for sure, but still it's much faster to use than on-screen keyboard, for example, even though the HTC One X has a very comfortable keyboard too. You can draw on the HTC One X as well. You just have to pick a color, and you can doodle with your finger here, but of course the experience is much worse than with the stylus on the Galaxy Note. You have to be really picky to tell the pen-tile matrix arrangement of the screen on the Samsung Galaxy Note. At this resolution, 1280 by 800 pixels, if you concentrate on solid colors like the green here in the battery icon, or for example the red in the Contacts app, you can tell there's an alternative matrix arrangement. But if you're looking at a normal distance and you don't know about the pen-tile versus RGB matrix debacle, you'd probably be hard-pressed to notice anything different. The HTC One X, however, has a 4.7-inch Super LCD 2 HD display, 720 by 1280 pixels, and it's one of the best, if not the best, LCD screen on a smartphone we've seen to date. It just doesn't have a weak spot. Granted, at first look, the saturated colors on the Super AMOLED display of the Note are more appealing to the eye, but the colors on the One X are pretty vibrant too, and it's also way brighter than the screen on the Note, which helps very much with outdoor visibility Of course, the blacks appear more grayish on the LCD display compared to the infinite contrast of the Super AMOLED screen, where the pixel is just turned off for black. Here it's more grayish looking, but the contrast here is also pretty high for an LCD display, and viewing angles are surprisingly on par on both screens. However, the colors on the Galaxy Note are colder than normal, which we're used to with these Super AMOLED displays. Now let's have a look at how the interfaces look on these two beautiful screens. HTC has the Sense 4.0 interface on the One X, whose features are richer, better integrated, and more uniformly looking compared to TouchWiz as we find it on the Samsung Galaxy Note. There's no need for third-party apps for most everyday functions on the One X, and even for the holiday functions. We'll just mention the car mode and HTC Locations app for free offline navigation, for example. Of course, it helps that the One X is running Android 4.0. As you can see, very easy access with the context menu button to additional settings from each of the default apps. That comes with Android Ice Cream Sandwich. Not all notes have gotten their Android Ice Cream Sandwich update yet. It's just starting to roll out, so this should be remedied fairly soon, but for now the upper hand in the interface goes to the One X. The Note strikes back with its suite of doodling and note-taking apps, for example, which take a good use of the stylus. They allow for the usual brush size and color picks, of course, and also you can do an easy mashup of text, pictures, voice memos, and so on and so forth, which again makes the Note a very useful note-taking machine, as its name implies. Both browsers feel very fluid while panning around and scrolling, as you can see, while during zoom the Galaxy Note sometimes shows the checkered boxes until this huge screen gets filled. The One X, on the other hand, flickers the screen for a split second at every zoom level, as you can see, as it reflows the text each time to fit the screen width. This you can turn from the settings if it annoys you. The One X browser is brimful of easy to access functions though, like this bottom navigational strip, which allows you quick access, easy access to bookmarks. Also managing your bookmarks. And to the open tabs, if there are any. You can also save the page for offline viewing. And it has this cool read mode here when you load an article, which allows for easier reading. It strips the page completely from ads and from pictures or other distractions, leaving you with just the text, which you can scroll up and down. You can also access desktop mode of the site and enable or disable the Flash Player directly from the context menu button right under your thumb here. So it's a more functional browser than the one on the Galaxy Note, but still the Note screen size trumps it all with the sheer screen real estate, making a lot more of the page visible at any given time. The Beats audio branding on the HTC One X should be giving it an edge when it comes to the sound department at first look, but in reality there are only regular headphones in the box, not a Beats or other high quality pairs, so you'd have to splurge extra to take true advantage of the red branding. The Galaxy Note also has some tricks up its audio sleeve, like this 5.1 channel mocks around sounding headset mode. There's also a rich number of equalizer presets and sound effects with the Note. Both music player interfaces do the job when it comes to tunes categorization by artist, albums, playlists, and so on. But overall the interfaces are nothing breathtaking. The loudspeaker on the Galaxy Note is stronger and cleaner compared to the ho-hum unit on the HTC One X. Video playback is becoming one of the most important factors to draw people towards huge screens, and since both phones have most formats played, including DivX X80 right out of the box, up to 1080p definitions, we'd have to give the video round to the Galaxy Note on account of the gigantic display with peppy AMOLED colors, although the One X actually offers a great viewing experience as well. Handsets both sport 8-megapixel cameras with LED flash, but the camera UI on the HTC One X is the more functional and easy to use app of the two, thanks to the Android ICS camera API and the dedicated image chip. We have a sub-second focus and capture time with the HTC One X, whereas it takes much longer for the Samsung Galaxy Note. You can also take pictures while shooting video with the HTC One X, like that. And it also excels in the number of effects you can apply to your photos, accessible from this blue orb over here. No less than 15 effects you can apply to your pictures and videos. The interface on the Galaxy Note is a bit clunkier and harder to access all the functions, although it has a rich number of shooting modes as well. Such as Smile Shot and Panorama, just like the HTC One X. In terms of picture quality, though the HTC One X sometimes takes wrong white balance measurements, resulting in a purplish sky at points, while the Galaxy Note module is spot on. The Note's pictures are overall brighter and more saturated too. Indoors, both handsets capture a lot of detail and keep noise in check, but there is a reddish overcast in the One X's photos, plus the LED flash on the Galaxy Note illuminated our test scene better. When it comes to video capture, 1080p is the norm, but our One X unit produced 22 to 24 frames per second inside and out, whereas the Note was consistently shooting with 30 frames per second outside, falling to 24 inside, making videos more fluid. The focus on the One X seemed to struggle in the beginning of the video too, resulting in jumpy frames, but the One X on the other hand had much less visible noise in the indoor video. Although outside its white balance was a bit off with tricky lighting spots, just like the outdoor pictures, unlike the Galaxy Note, which got it correct. The Samsung Galaxy Note not only has a certain charm to it, but it's also very capable. Charm since it's the sole member of a 5-inch plus screen club and offers a built-in stylus to doodle on it even, which would certainly evoke nostalgia in certain people who used to carry smartphones with styluses. And that's even if you didn't have the S Pen apps that make the stylus so useful here. And it's capable because it has all the prerequisites of a modern high-end, like multi-core processor and HD display. At the same time, it excels in photography and in battery life, from the 2500 mAh battery. It's way better than on the HTC One X, but it's not for everybody. You get used to the size and weight, but you just can't slap it in a front pocket and forget about it, or talk comfortably with it to your ear for a long time, and that's the main disadvantage. The HTC One X, on the other hand, is very slim, light and compact, yet offers a huge 4.7-inch display, on which you can certainly do some decent doodling or notes with your finger as well. It will bring you street cred here, the HTC One X, with its beautiful exterior, whereas the Galaxy Note is a bit of a geek cred, although it's certainly pretty cool in its own way, and it's bound to attract attention when you take it out. The Note is basically for people who want to jot down ideas, directions, floor plans, and so forth on the go, and then shoot them out quickly for discussion. It's also for those people who don't talk much on their phone, but use it for entertainment, like browsing, reading, movie watching, and so on, as increasing number of people do on their commute, for example. Of course, you can't carry it in a tight pant. You have to carry in a coat pocket, a purse, or a handbag, which explains why Samsung is targeting it to women, offering it in pink colors and so on. The One X and the Galaxy Note are pretty close in terms of specs. Both have big, beautiful screens, fast processors, very good cameras. The HTC One X has the upper hand in the interface front with its Sense 4.0 overlay and Android 4.0. The Note is about to get ice cream sandwich too, but for now the goodies that come with ICS in the camera department, like zero shutter lag and simultaneous picture and video taking, are only present on the One X. If you're eyeing the Galaxy Note though, it would probably be hard to dissuade you into looking for anything else without a stylus. Even in 4.7 inch like the HTC One X, and you're likely to save about the Benjamin on and off contract Note to boot. This was a video comparison between the HTC One X and the Samsung Galaxy Note from PhoneArena. For more information about these two and other handsets, you can visit us at phonearena.com. Thanks for watching.